We all know Rick Santorum, that laughable twit. The existence of gays gets him in such a snit. On marriage and sex and relationships queer, he's made himself famous for stirring up fear. If you aren't straight, then his stance is quite clear. You deserve but a sneer and a jeer and a smear. For years up in Congress, this served him quite well. Back then, bashing gays was a guaranteed sell. To whip up your base in a grand frothy mix, despising the queers was the greatest of tricks. They're a threat to us all, nothing more need be said, before riding to victory on dark waves of dread. So you'd think, indispensable as this trick was, it consistently keeps all the voters abuzz. Yet this was not to be, to our shock and surprise, for it seems the electorate opened their eyes. No more can Santorum turn hate into clout. The wedge has been blunted, the froth has run out. And now our friend Rick finds himself quite harassed, for he's dogged by his history, stuck in the past. As he strains to catch up, he may soon be outclassed, in a world where, for once, bigots might come in last. He's jumped into this year's Republican mire. To be our dear leader, Santorum aspires, but the hateful cliches he once called solid ground will not be enough to make him the one crowned. At campaign stops all over, poor Rick has been chased by his own phobic stain that just won't be erased. In South Carolina it came down the wire, a supporter had asked him a question most dire. This mother was cheering for Rick all the way, but what would she say to her son who is gay? Standing right at his side, his wife Karen piped in to tell us how vilified Rick has now been by dastardly activists, gay as a blade, who are bullying him for his righteous crusade. He doesn't hate anyone, Karen opined. Then Rick himself gave us a piece of his mind. It's mere policy difference, and it's not his fault if we think that's personal or an assault. He loves everyone, Rick Santorum insists. It's just that gay marriages shouldn't exist. Accept everybody, that's what he's called to, so this hullabaloo is undue and untrue. Such hate and revulsion he's clearly above, but let's see how Santorum has shown us his love. Back in 2003, in an AP report, his remarks were of such a remarkable sort. Addressing gay marriage, that bane of his life, he insists matrimony must be man and wife. It's not man on child, the senator said. It's not man on dog, no, not even purebred. Presumably also it's not man on frog, it's not man on building, it's not man on bog, it's not man on tree, man on tripe, man on tram, and it's certainly not man on green eggs and ham. So whatever the case, mill or mare or Manx cat, it can only be woman and man, and that's that. And further, he said, with his mouth tinged in foam, there's no right to consensual sex in your home. Against sodomy laws, there can be no sound case. If you're gay, don't have sex, and remember your place, right next to the barnyard and NAMBLA's home base. So I guess that's the policy difference of Rick. He says that's not personal. I say, you dick! Perhaps you forgot that we're people with lives. We're partners, we're families, we're husbands, we're wives. We even have children to raise in this land, and so we will not stand to live under your hand. But I'm sure we're all right. No, we're not in poor shape, if our whole country thinks we're as bad as child rape. And I'm certain you really do like us, of course, when you say that our love is like sex with a horse. If people should ever believe what you say, what effect could that possibly have on my day? And what would you think if I said, with a smile, I love you, you rapist! I love you, zoophile! Would that seem sincere and resoundingly true? It doesn't sound much better coming from you. So let's all take pity on poor bullied Rick, who thinks we're no better than screwing a tick. Poor vilified homophobe, Christian and straight, and legally married in all 50 states. He loves everyone, so call off the attack. I'm sure you're all making him feel quite blah.